Hey, I'm Nicolaus, Managing Director and co-founder at Sennder. Sennder is Europe's leading digital freight forwarder, connecting large-scale shippers with small and medium trucking companies, and in that way, automating, digitizing the whole logistics freight forwarding process and basing all of these decisions on data. So for us, it was very clear from the start that we wanted to be active in France at some point. Logistics is a continental industry, and if we look at continental Europe, Germany and France are the two strongest economies. So from the early days, we had a French-speaking team in Berlin who would basically speak to the first customers in France, understand the French market, learn what we need to adapt, and basically refine our model there. Before we finally launched in France, eventually acquiring another company that would bring us both, let's say, the technology as well as the logistics know-how at the same time, but have been building really from almost 6 months into Sennder how we can potentially launch in France from that one. What is important in building different teams and different acquisitions across multiple countries? So in every expansion or even in every acquisition that we do as Sennder, it eventually boils down on trust. People need to trust in each other, and people need to collaborate in each other. And I think that's the preliminary, most fundamental question of any expansion, of any growth plan, of any acquisition that we have done in the past. If we don't have, let's say, this level of trust, and especially after an acquisition where people worry about who will their future teams, what will my future job looks like, how do my counterparts look like, we need to build this trust quickly. And only then we can think about how can we build synergies, how can we build a common brand, how can we build a common technology, how can we build, let's say, bring our customers together. This all comes second if people don't trust each other and people don't want to collaborate with each other. And predominantly this is the case because they're worried what happens. We cannot build anything of the art. So everything we did is eventually evolving around trust, whether it's bringing people together, whether it's, let's say, showing them ways how they can collaborate, flying them in that they meet each other. It's all around trust and collaboration. So carbon footprint for us is crucial. And the main reason for that is because we get the biggest pressure from our own employees. A lot of our employees join Sennder because they want to make a dent in a fossil-driven industry. And so we don't get, as a management team, we don't get the major push from our investors, we don't get the major push from our customers, but we get it actually from within. Our employees want us to, let's say, build algorithms, how we can reduce empty kilometers on the road. They want us to, let's say, work with our OEMs, with our partners, how we can replace diesel trucks by alternative fuels like B100, HVO, which can reduce CO2 emissions by up to 90%. And eventually, and I'll be quite frank, this takes another 1 to 2 years, also even switch to the first electric trucks on the long distance roads. So for us, the pressure comes within the organization. I think what we also see as management, but as a secondary, is our investors ask more and more about this, so it becomes a major topic for also a lot of financial investors. But it is the reason what drives a lot of people at Sennder, and that's also the reason why we as Sennder push a lot to reduce CO2 emissions.